Afternoon, everyone. Uh, did anybody watch that movie From Hell? That was your little homework assignment. Um, it's a pretty good movie. I like it. It's a little outlandish on like the actual historical accuracy of it, and there's a lot of supernatural stuff in it too, like with the main character getting visions and stuff. Uh, but anyways, that's actually kind of based off. It's a conspiracy theory that the Jack the Ripper murders were Masonic connection, and I don't know. It's just a conspiracy theory, so don't everybody who's Freemason get offended and start blowing up with negative comments. And honestly, it could have been that it wasn't so much that the Freemasons themselves as a whole were ordering the murders, but just one guy that happened to be a Freemason that got into the lodge and turns out he was batshit crazy or something. So I mean, look at it from that perspective. It was one individual who happened to be a Freemason, perhaps, and just went crazy. But the reason why they think it's Masonic connection, there's a scene in that movie, and it's actually it really happened. There was the murder of Kate, one of the girls, and let's see here, I'll read a little passage from this book. The book is called Jack the Ripper. I don't know. Let's see, Jack the Ripper. It's written by 100 Years of Investigation, The Facts, the Fiction, the Solution, written by Terence Sharkey. The edition I got is actually from the UK, which is pretty cool. It makes me wonder if somebody was going through like museums or something, and a Jack the Ripper museum or something like that, and got it, which is pretty cool. But it's on page 44. It says, back in Gulston Street, Constable Alfred Long, a patrolling policeman, had discovered two important clues. First, he found a bloody piece of the victim's apron lying outside the doors of the flats, which formed Wentworth dwellings. Inside the door, at numbers 118 and 119, the constable came across a message that had been scrawled hastily upon the wall in white chalk. The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. And it's that last video I watched. If you're watching this, I would suggest you watch like the last 3 videos, because that's what kind of took us down this rabbit hole that we've been going. But the Jews on that message scrawled on the wall were spelled Jewes. And the reason they think it's, they think that it was misspelt like that on purpose because it was Masonic connection. The whole murder of Hiram Abiff. But the cops that investigated this, that showed up at the scene, a lot of them were Freemasons, and they kind of go into that in that movie From Hell. And that this part right here is just screwed up what they do. But some of the words appeared to be smeared with blood. It was 2:55 a.m. The constable knew that the clues had not been there 35 minutes earlier. Whether in retrospect the fleeing killer would really stop in order to perform these graffiti, and considering the time inconsistencies, it may be that the clue was nothing but a red herring, written coincidentally by some practical joker, or about another matter entirely. Be that as it may, the writing was considered so important that no less a figure than Charles Warren, Commissioner of the Met, was informed. Gulston Street lay back in the metropolitan area, and the divisional chief, Superintendent Arnold, fearing a riot, wanted the message rubbed out. And that was because of the Jewish population in that area. And once again in that movie they kind of show that on how there was like a lot of rioting and stuff, anti-Semitic crimes, But I think, honestly, personally, it was the wrong Jews they were getting. But Sir Charles arrived at the scene at 5 a.m. It would be daylight in an hour. The commissioner acted decisively. 7 days later, at the inquest at Golden Lane Mortuary, the mounting incredulity of the city coroner can be gauged in this exchange with Mr. Major Smith. Why weren't the words photographed as you ordered? Someone in the metropolitan area police ordered them washed away. Who gave this order? Sir Charles Warren, I am informed. The commissioner of the Metropolitan Police ordered that a message that might be in the killer's own hand was to be wiped away. I believe it had something to do with the fear of anti-Semitic rioting in Whitechapel. Did you comment to the press that Sir Charles Warren had wiped the message clear with his own hand? I was so informed. But yeah, actually, I had never made the connection until I had read the Hiram Key and read about that whole Master Mason degree, and this was before I actually seen From Hell. But it's, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a good movie. Like I said, it kind of gets into this whole conspiracy theory of that it might have been Masonic connection, maybe just some batshit crazy Freemason that has, was doing it by himself, no connection to the lodge or anything, but just throwing in Masonic clues and stuff. Or it could have been, that Jack the Ripper was trying to place the blame on the Jews and just very illiterate. Because it does show in there too, like his notes and stuff, writing to the police, and like misspellings throughout and shit. But again too, though, they were getting multiple notes, different handwritings, and so a lot of people were just putting in fake notes and sending it to him, the police and stuff. But I don't know. I don't think we'll ever find out who Jack the Ripper is. I don't think we ever will. Whether he was Jewish, whether he was white, whether he was a Freemason, but I don't know. I think there's something to it, definitely. But y'all have a good day.